Dear students, today Professor Baymuratov O is going to present her assignment in English. So, on the topic of professional ethics and formation of image of people at work. Yeah. Okay, we may start. So if you, by the way, you had, she was mentioning that she had also prepared a PPT file presentation, but unfortunately today we do not have a beamer here. So for her it is okay sometimes to have a look at her phone just to get some idea about the plot of the presentation. Okay, let's start.
Well, firstly, we need to understand the essential meaning of professional ethics. Professional ethics is the set of rules that individuals apply in their daily practice in their professionals. Ethically, it is fundamental for a person who practices their profession to have necessary competencies, but a professional should neither apply nor practice the profession which they are not qualified with. For example, a psychologist never can practice as a lawyer. There are key rules that can be included by professional ethics, where I'm going to give some explanation for some of them. Respect among colleagues is the fundamental thing, because when we are expressing about them, we need to consider their backgrounds, and we have to respect them. A good professional never disrespect or discredit or never bother their own colleagues or other professionals. Apart from this, inclusion as a daily practice. In the exercise of our profession, we need to deal with different types of people, like employees, bosses, investors, or etc. And they are from different ethnical backgrounds and different age, and their educational level are also different. So we need to consider all of this. So therefore, that our professional actions and decisions are not subject to any of these prejudices of this kind of discrimination and segregation. Prejudice of this kind of discrimination or segregation. Financial ethics. The financial information of a company, business, or transaction and its management responsibility is essential in a profession. The fluctuation of financial data can be harmful for the company. So we need to take into account all of this, and we should take accountability for our own decisions. Honest behavior. In the exercise of our functions, we will always have access to information, contacts, influences, and resources. Last but not least, social responsibility is also fundamental environmental care. Every economic activity, whether it's industrial or business, it can have a harmful effect on the environment. Like, we can take an example of today's world problems like water pollution, soil pollution, and air pollution. So, air pollution and avoid at all costs causing environmental damage must be only ethical option in all professional activity. Business ethics. Business ethics ensure a certain level of trust between companies and consumers. And there are 12 essential ethics. In general, ethics is business ethics is general thing in our community, and I'm going to give some key principles driving business ethics. First is leadership and accountability, respect for others, respect for law, responsibility, transparency, and integrity. So today my presentation is over. Thank you for your attention.
Okay. You are welcome. So, in simple terms, how do you what kind of description or definition could you give to professional ethics in simple terms? From your perspective.
From my perspective, professional ethics is different rules that applies for all the colleagues, not only all the colleagues, but also the consumers. Like for example, like I have said, respect for others is the most essential thing.
So are these record rules written somewhere? You were mentioning that there are some rules. Are they written? Or in which document if so?
Well, I think they are not written, but the person.
Moral standards.
Yes, they are just standards that they should apply to their daily lives.
So we can say that this is a common orthodox.
Yes.
So people have to follow these rules.
Yes.